The following podcast is intended for mature audiences. If you enjoy our work, please like, comment, subscribe, and follow the links in the description. Thanks for your support, and enjoy.
Greetings and salutations, listener. It is I, Eric J. Chucky, joined as always by my guy, my dude, the boy.
You know, a more prepared man would have listened to the first podcast and reiterated what was there.
I don't think we had like an intro, but you know, I mean,
We'll
we're going to
find
listen to it anyway. We're going to listen to it anyway.
So, you've obviously been able to tell from the title, we're going to be listening to our first podcast.
Maybe not. It's us. The title might fucking say Captain Crunch and Sprinkly Bits for all I fucking know.
We'll find out at the end of the podcast.
We'll find out.
So it's anniversary month.
Anniversary month! Anniversary month.
Anniversary month. That reflects the Two Nerds podcast fairly well.
Yes.
So we decided, as a thing from for our anniversary month, we decided this fucking long time ago.
Back in March when we thought it was our anniversary month.
No, months before that, actually, remember?
Oh, did we?
Yep. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back, listen to not the first thing we ever did, because that's no longer
I'd have
available.
to find those files.
But the first podcast that is up on this channel, our first podcast, which was WWE Extreme Rules 2014, I believe.
Yes.
Excellent.
Hey, it's got 5 likes. Nice.
Nice, listener. We're just going to listen to it and see how bad we used to be at stuff. And since it's a WWE podcast, probably end up talking quite a bit about what's changed since 2014.
No, to prepare you, I have checked the sound balance on this. It's pretty good. You're going to be able to hear the podcast in the background. If you'd like to, sync it up. I'm going to count down before I click.
And we'll be at 00, beginning of the podcast, very beginning. If you
want to hear that more, you know.
Clearly, I don't recommend pausing it because then you'll get out of sync and you got to chase it back and forth. I've had to do that before.
But it's your life, man. I ain't gonna stop you from doing what you want to do. If you want to watch our video a whole bunch of times, I'm gonna stop you.
That's true. Do it. Do the thing.
But you should be able to hear this podcast pretty clearly enough for us to snark over top of it. No, we're not going to be pausing every time we're snarking about something because this original podcast is already an hour and 14 minutes, and we've already eaten up almost 3 minutes of time, not counting the intro. So,
yeah, we're just gonna let it roll.
Just gonna let it roll.
Live.
All right, here comes the countdown, starting at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. After Effects. I even have After Effects.
No, I still love our theme music.
Yes, thank you, Super Blizzard, for lending that.
I am Eric J. Chucky. Here with me is the boy.
Hello. Oh, you just said
here with me.
I said hello.
And you said hello.
That's right. We're back, and about as good as ever.
God, I sound like the ladies from the Sweaty Balls sketch. We're back on the Two Nerds podcast.
Back to talk about whatever the hell we want, really. Kicking things off with
great,
professional wrestling.
Absolutely great pillars for the podcast to rest upon. Whatever the fuck we want.
I mean, it's not like the formula's changed in the last 3 years.
Fair enough.
Extreme Rules pay-per-view for 2014.
Yes, before we dive into that...
Also, we're in a bucket. Are we both Bane?
No, you can tell because neither of us sounds like we're old men from fantasy stories.
We will be talking about wrestling a lot, though, because it's a topic of conversation around our house often.
Man, I am dead inside. I am dead inside during this podcast.
For two people who have had jobs
Side note, WWE Network.
that have had a lot of public speaking involved, we are horrible. We sound
I mean,
super awkward and like
Okay,
reserved.
preface in case any of the listener feels like making this joke in the comments. No, we haven't gotten better. Let us have our fun.
Yeah. Hey, we got a better mic.
We did get a better mic.
Got that
And some
much.
of their own individual programming is great as well. I mean, it's, you know,
Here we are offering that free advertising to the WWE Network.
To be honest,
Page 2.
yeah, Legends House and Countdown, two very quality shows.
Two very quality shows, everyone.
quality shows. I hope you enjoy this kind of television.
Yeah, the pre-show. All right.
We watched the pre-show?
A delightful, what do they call it? A WLC match.
We never watched the pre-show.
Oh, how naive we were. Watching the pre-show.
El Torito.
Watching the WLC match.
That was a fun match, though.
Yeah, people shit on it now, but I don't know, it was fun.
It was good.
Unclench.
Yeah, little people can be wrestlers, too.
I think they were mad that it was being very, pandery and, like, a little disrespectful, but they're little people, bruh. They signed off on all this, they're performers.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a fat guy. I'd sign off on someone making fun of me for being fat if they gave me a WWE payout.
Yes,
A
same.
pay-per-view payout.
Shit, yeah. Whatever.
Those poor tiny men, they had to endure, like, sort of abstract abuse from a distance while thousands of fans cheered for them and they got a lot of money. Those poor little bastards.
Micro Cole, who, by the way, was actually a good commentator. And then there was Jerry the Mini King Smaller.
yeah.
Oh.
It
Oh,
was pretty funny. I mean, they took apart the announce table, the mini announce table.
There were so many tiny tables and tiny...
This was back when I did editing.
It wasn't sufficient space.
Now I'll throw up on fucking Mike and just be like, I'll edit that later.
man, you will not. That is not a thing.
No,
You actually edited this, right?
Yeah, dude, I used to edit all the time back then because we were so shitty. There were these long goddamn pauses of nothing.
Now we can do those, and the previous podcast fills them up for us.
Yeah.
Mostly a joke.
Yeah, there were a lot of laughs to be had, but they let El Torito...
A lot of laughs to be had.
Wrestle?
White Raven 2014.
There were a lot of laughs to be had.
I think...
I experienced joy for the first time in my life.
The WLC match changed my existence.
I made this strange sort of coughing noise from my food hole. Ah! Ah!
Hey, don't make fun of my laugh. That's me.
But they all did really great.
Oh, you used an inflection.
I know, it's nuts.
I
That's a good way to
didn't know you'd learned those yet, as evidenced by this podcast.
You know the awful thing is because I went back and redid the art last year, I want to say. Mm-hmm. The title card art for all of our podcasts. There's no way to tell which one of our podcasts are shitty bucket podcasts.
You didn't redo the art for this one.
Oh, I did.
That impact font's new?
No. The actual title cards. I didn't go back and edit the videos. Are you kidding me? I still have a job at this point.
Oh,
Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods.
R-Truth and Xavier Woods versus...
He was Xavier back then, maybe. Alexander, I forgot he had a first fucking name.
Rusev's gimmick, I think it's nice that we have this guy again, and I like that they're not trying to make him Drago. I mean, because that's what they always do. Or Koloff, or whatever you want, you know.
Whatever parallel you want.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, that happened, guys. Sorry.
But he was still
Spoilers.
handsome Rusev, so what the fuck ever.
Xavier Woods.
Xavier.
But it's done fairly well. The match itself was a pile of crap. Not because of anyone involved, just because they weren't trying for a wrestling match.
Yeah, it was just putting over Rusev, who I like that there's a bit of an MMA slant to his gimmick. It
Yeah.
makes him feel a bit different.
I still
It
do.
makes him set apart from every other Red Menace wrestler out there.
Not so far apart from those these days.
With the taped feet.
Is handsome Rusev.
Got kind of a support
Really, just by his handsomeness.
opposed to, you know,
As opposed to just
God, did we know what jokes were?
Kozlov from the Fury Law.
I think we thought this was a news podcast.
Jesus.
that guy about
I appreciate him for these very serious reasons. I'm just providing my...
before he became a joke with him when he read poetry and stuff, when he was, you know, just a big
much exactly, yeah.
I like the Camel Clutch being back. I'll say that much. And he seems to be pretty talented.
He's good. I can't wait for him to get some actual matches where I can.
Man, remember when he fought Big E? Like they had like
Remember
3...
the meat
Oh
explosion?
my god, it was amazing.
Hey, it didn't disappoint. Handsome Rusev's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to
Xavier.
say, though, the strongest part of his gimmick right now is
I did it too. I am not making fun of you. I did it in the first place. It might have been his name back then. It's just stupid.
I think it wasn't. I think I was just like not a fan of Consequences Creed's new gimmick at the time. So
I like her partially just because she's very on point. She's very professional, and she doesn't get over involved in the matches. Most of it is.
Yeah, she
Oh.
never really did she?
no, she never like got into the scratching of the eyes or
No,
pulling
she's
of
not
the-
like fucking Maurice or anything.
The grasping of fist with the crash.
Yes.
she's very poised too. I mean, like, you know, that kind of role is so easy to overblow and so easy to.
She did get a little bigger over time. See, this is what I thought would happen. We're just sort of going, yes, this is how things have changed since that podcast.
Well,
Do we know what jokes are?
Maybe if we weren't so fucking boring in 2014. This is back when my soul was so crushed, you know. Jeez.
Honestly,
I'd love to be able to like riff on this more, but we're really just describing the things that happened in the wrestling show.
talk about. Next on the order was I actually believe they went with the Shield versus Evolution next on the card.
Wasn't there another match
We didn't even have Wikipedia up.
pre-show?
No, I don't. If we're missing something, it's not on the card here that I'm
No,
No. I
Oh,
was
you had it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
World title match. We got
Good,
Shield
good,
versus,
good. Because, come on, man. I know, like, even a couple weeks ago, I had to look somebody up.
I could have sworn there was another match. There was that promo. Stephanie and Daniel Bryan.
Oh yeah, where she called him Kane's bitch. That was actually pretty great.
Yeah, it was okay.
You don't hear that kind of language from WWE a lot anymore. I like hearing.
Boy, howdy, did they fall in love with the term bitch over the last couple years.
They did. Well, it's become their, like, high spot for language.
That's
Just
really
Sad.
depressing.
Yeah. Hey, man, PG era. You gotta...
Hey, it's the new era now. It's the new era. It's different for reasons.
get that.
Yep.
Yes, we forgot about the triple threat, the elimination triple.
Yeah, no, that was a really good match too. Actually,
Unfortunate that we forgot about the Cesaro match. That
I
match
could have sworn there was another big match. That I was really
Where was I looking at the card? Was it not Wikipedia?
like I said, I was
Dude,
Was I an idiot? How much of an idiot am I think is really the question we're asking ourselves here.
post in the comments how much of an idiot the boy is.
Whatever you post, I'll take as gospel.
honestly, now that I mention it was a good match.
It was solid. I don't know about good, but it
It
was
was
very
good to what I
solid.
expected. Honestly, a lot better than I expected.
This is,
This is,
painful. How did we ever get subscribers?
well,
Like, there are 71 of you at this point, and regularly we get about 10 views a week in the first going. Unless it's at MST3K podcast, then whew.
hey, speaking of, if there's any new fans from the MST3K podcast who are listening to this after that one, welcome. This is the average level of content you can expect, and goodbye.
Nah, we're better than that. Last week was much closer to what we actually do.
Like, the original idea for this was to riff on this, but because we're very structuredly talking about like a thing that happened, the only thing that's coming to mind is just, yep, that sure was wrong / right.
Well, and you know, it's
Saying, and with the dancing,
I have an idea. Let's fill the shitty space with something else.
yeah, she's very poised.
Remember when we the first couple episodes of this, at least, we recorded during the day?
And still love it today.
Oh yeah, this was the day after.
Yeah,
Like,
and-
during the day. It was... No, that's weird.
and we like had your little desk with the laptop on it, and like we couldn't touch it because otherwise it would make this horrible noise in the mic because the mic was built into the laptop.
So we just had to sort of huddle around it, and then I would send you the podcast when we were done.
Yes, and we kept backups and backups and backups on backups, as though that were some sort of important.
Yeah, as if it was the Ark of the fucking Covenant, or like the formation of a new government. We had to like preserve it for all time. I need the original audio master files, just in case. Just in case what, asshole? It was recorded on a shitty mic in the first place. What do you think's gonna degrade?
Yeah, I keep the video files now. That's it.
Isn't he IRS's other kid?
Oh, we're talking about Bray Wyatt.
No, Bo Dallas.
Oh, Bo
Other
Dallas.
kid. I would
Oh,
refer to
other
Bray
kid.
Wyatt as
Yeah.
IRS's kid. Sorry, Bo. Bray gets prominency because he's more over. Not because he's
said-
first.
You said more good or wrong, and also that's bad grammar.
More prominency?
I said more gooder.
Is prominency a word?
Prominenceness,
Prominenticity?
resiliency.
Look, I'm trying to find something to talk. These boring fuckers keep yammering on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to fill some time.
No, I ain't even mad about it.
Jesus. Like, did any of... Alright, like, comment, subscribe if you finished this podcast when it first came out.
Jeez. We got 5 fucking likes and 67 views on it. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna look at the analytics. Can't stop me.
Probably would wipe that.
This is high quality fucking content right here.
I'm genuinely fucking curious how many people finish this podcast, because...
Long and hard in the old YouTube videos about Husky Harris and how much he sucked. I would like to formally retract those statements. Husky Harris did suck. Bray Wyatt is a whiz.
Yeah, wait till we get to the part where he talks
Wait.
about how much he likes Bad News Barrett now. It's
Hey.
for all our old fans.
For all the old listener.
Big guy, I thought-
We didn't even explain it in the first one. The Ultimo Dragon thing.
Yes! And never shall we.
At his age is what I wish Jeff Hardy would be at Rob Van Dam's age. We're never going to get that.
God,
because
no.
Jeff Hardy is Rob Van Dam now. But I mean, he managed not to gas out. He pulled some big spots.
That took some time, but history proved us wrong on that one.
I don't. Have you really watched any of their matches since they've come back? I haven't. But, like,
He does fine.
does he do fine?
It's tagged, so, like,
He has time to rest.
yeah.
He's basically running on fumes because he's been destroyed in the Hammerstein Ballroom for years.
And he, you know,
Let's see
still
here.
put on a good pay-per-view match. It's like there's an article.
Info and settings?
That's right, spoilers for the Tunes podcast. We have no idea how to look at the analytics for these things.
Well, I started to, and then...
Sabu revolutionized wrestling. And a lot of comments on it.
No,
I saw Sabu
none of that,
here, he's
none of that.
slower, but he's still doing the same stuff. You know, and you have
What
to
can I-
admire
okay.
that. I mean, you get to that point where all
I figured it out.
When I get up in the morning and walk down the stairs, it's hard. And I'm just some, you know, 28-year-old fat ass. I can't imagine doing triple jump moonsaults and
Yeah, like, look, that's actually a fair disclaimer. I'm going to be bitching about, in the course of this podcast, anytime we talk about wrestling, about guys being, you know, looking lazy or not looking like they're trying, or, you know, not being fit enough for the gig. Look, point of fact, all these dudes way more physically fit than me and could probably beat my ass with them. That's not the point.
yeah, I mean, here's the difference. If we were in the business, if we had made had a young
Paper Cthulhu attacked.
now,
you know what? I feel like that disclaimer is still super there. And you know what? I will expand the disclaimer that we're gonna talk about movies that we thought had problems. We talk about like music and various other things that we're not super fond of. And almost all these people are more talented in whatever they're doing than me. But I'm still gonna bitch about it on the internet because I'm allowed.
My analytics seem to be missing from my shit for some reason.
Oh well, it's not that interesting of a question, my man.
he still manages to be very showy when he does show up.
It'll wait.
Watch time.
He's,
Nope, yep,
he's,
it's gone.
he's really committed.
Have you listened to this podcast?
I was going like really strongly open to pay-per-view, wasn't it?
Yeah, because it was, I know.
I mean, you're listening now.
The pay-per-view, I believe, was the...
Do I still say yeah all the goddamn time?
Maybe, I don't know. I tune out, really.
Thanks. Wait, hurtful.
I don't commit it to memory. Like, if there's something I do actually notice, I tell you.
Fucking, this asshole is saying yeah. Calm down.
Well, that's one of those things you don't really understand the idiosyncrasies you have in your speech. Like, I've noticed lately that esoteric has become my catch-all word. And I don't hate it entirely, but I know my brain is going to soon, so that's going to have to change. But, like, I've been watching a lot of Critical Role. I still say that, but here's what I don't get. That didn't go anywhere.
The less you get it,
a tiny plane landing.
The less you get it, the higher up the plane is coming from. Here's what I don't get.
That's what it's shipping. That's what it's bringing in. A supply of things I don't get.
In this scenario, your consciousness is a cargo plane?
Yes.
Filled
Driven by Baloo the Bear from Tailspin.
Filled only with things you don't understand.
Yes.
That's deep,
That
man.
is.
My point was more in the fact that, he was the Big Show Paul White.
We can look it up. No, said White. You just declined information.
Well, I think the point I was trying to make wasn't that important. To waste time looking it up when we'd already wasted 17 minutes, 59 seconds on this podcast.
Oh, this is painful. All right, side note, listener. I probably mentioned this before because we've been doing this podcast for 3 goddamn years. I hate the sound of my voice. I don't know week to week how you people listen to me talk. This is torture. I did not expect this to be as unpleasant as I thought as it currently is.
You're so mundane. Like, you're not even animate. This is talking to the boy on, like, a really sad day or something.
This is what I sound like at my day job.
Soul crushed.
Just efficient, not having a good time.
Yeah. Ted Koppel, we ain't.
Look, the guy's huge.
We're talking about the Big Show and how he's bad and needs a gimmick change. It's good to see. Nothing has altered in the last 3 years. Motherfucker grew a beard.
He also got he's well thin comparatively
he lost
now.
some weight. But whatever. Anyway, the point I was making before is I've been watching Critical Role with Matt Mercer, and that dude refers to any living noun, not even living, any conscious, sentient noun, as an entity.
Then you see an entity guarding the bridge.
These entities, these human beings that you're talking to. Like, and I ain't giving them a hard time about it. You get those words, you get that insistent terminology, it sticks in your head, especially when you're live on camera and trying to describe something to players without giving too much away. I get it, but it's always an entity.
He needs something. He's just so bland. He's got nothing on him.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna bring it in. Bring it in.
All right, I'm in.
Us from 3 years ago.
Oh, sorry.
You can be here too.
Okay.
It's fine. You have no fucking ground to be calling other people bland right now. You have absolutely no leeway with what you got. You're in the glass house. You can't be throwing stones into the glass house.
We're just throwing stones at Big Show across the counter. And he's just like, guys, stop.
We're all in this house here.
Stop it, guys.
You'll break one of our walls. One of our bland walls.
Please don't.
To use a term they've made derogatory, right now he's a very B+ guy. He's good, not main event, not but good and
I didn't hate that storyline when it was going on, but in hindsight,
Are we still fucking talking about the Big Show?
yeah.
Have we devoted 10 full minutes of this fucking podcast to the goddamned Big Show?
I think it's 6 so far, but
That is a discussion. I'll go on the mask and we'll talk about it a little bit.
Whatever
that's-
happened to that idea there, buddy? Ah, yes, one of the many ideas that are teased on the Two Nerds podcast and then materialized sometime after,
It's,
never fucking ever.
it's a trick I learned from Jekt. Never deliver on your promises, and they'll always come back wanting more.
They were going to give this to Cesaro. Like the bracket.
oh yeah, like in Germany, so did I, but I guess they didn't want to strap him to the
See, now you're being more animate. Now you sound more like your regular self.
Perhaps.
Maybe it's just, getting over them first podcast nerves or something.
I guess, shit.
Also, I just have kind of a, boring voice. One of the many reasons I hate my voice, aside from being incredibly nasal and higher than I think it is it's boring.
Boy in the boy's head. We are so smooth. Smooth like delicious Colt 45.
It's about an octave lower, half an octave lower than what you guys are hearing.
Put on his dancing shoes and made me like him. That Magnus Barrett gimmick is so good for him. It takes
He didn't think so.
of his silly accent.
He hated it, right?
No, I'm sure.
British accents are silly.
He left.
Barrett's accent is silly.
Well, he left after it was gone. Like, they
Yeah, I
basically
suppose
took it away
he
from
joined the...
the League of Nations.
Yeah.
And he was Wade Barra again.
He just didn't even talk, man. Fucking...
But it sounds silly. And
People wonder why I'm upset at this show constantly.
bombastic enough.
Not our show. I mean that too, but...
I'm upset at this show right now.
The ring that he was, they thankfully bumped that terrible finisher he used to have.
If you're upset about me coughing over this really important podcast,
It's a decent.
don't be. You're welcome.
So it's just it's underwhelming. I think.
You were talking about his old finisher, the Wasteland, the sack of potatoes move.
Yeah.
To end the match on it, like,
Just
okay,
sort of
big-
put him back down. I guess last night Seth Rollins debuted his new finisher, which is a knee.
behind it that Barrett just
He's calling it the Kingslayer, right?
I don't know.
Which, that's complete horseshit, by the way. You had him go over Triple H with the pedigree. His finisher's the pedigree now. Like, it was passed on. He beat the man who uses it with his own move. You can't change it now. Fuck you. That's a waste of passing it on in the first place.
that's cool.
Is it just because he's not big enough to do the pedigree?
I...
That's the kind of thing the audience gets into.
I-
They know to cheer when that.
It's the kind of thing the audience gets into. They know to cheer when he does the move.
Privately a lot is it seems like these days more than a research.
Do you think they'd notice if they clicked forward a little bit?
Oh, it's done. That seems to go so much. I actually was gonna bring up soon how committed we are to this bit because this is fucking torturous.
But more that the characters have character. I mean, for so
Great job, John. Good job, Mr. Madden. Excellent work.
No. There was a point there. Like, character is in, depth and dimension.
But you chose not to use those words.
I was just scared of a podcasting. Like, I remember words all the time. Jesus. Kobe Bryant and LeBron James are the same fucking guy. Give me a break.
Oh.
God, that was a joke that I can't say on the show. The punchline was basketball players, so we're clear.
Careful there, John. That's a whole different John. Going to the wrong John. Go back to the previous John. Ooh. Oh, shit. Hey, while we're here, you probably are expecting a current wrestling pay-per-view, not the one from 3 years ago. It's a different pay-per-view. You're not getting it because of scheduling issues, and also I don't give a fuck. The Superstar shakeup ruined my ability to give a shit about the product even after liking WrestleMania. We mentioned on the previous podcast, we'd say it on this podcast, we did it. Hooray, go for us. Good.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I forgot.
I forgot until now, but
Well, because it's been a fucking day. In real life, it is the next day.
it just, like right now, this is,
Bad.
you know how in movies, movies from a few years ago, not current ones really, but a good example is What Women Want, the Mel Gibson movie.
I liked that movie when I watched it. I tried to watch it again. Not so much. But please, go on.
There's a scene where he's gotten the ability to hear women's thoughts, and he's experiencing some intimate moments with a lady. They're fucking.
I remember the scene you're speaking of.
And she's like, did I leave the oven on? I wonder if this show's on. I wonder if I can catch that later. I feel like Chinese tonight. And he's very upset that he's not doing well enough to engage her. I feel like I'm the lady in this scenario, and this podcast is Mel Gibson. I only remembered because my brain was just running through a checklist of other unimportant non-podcast shit I have to do today.
Yeah, I want to make some more buffalo chicken dip because I need to bust open that second can of chicken. But, like, the only chips I have are buffalo chips. And I'm really worried that's going to be too much buffalo. Also, by the way, the boy is, like, speaking in the podcast that we're listening to, not the one you're listening to. That's some layers of shit there. But, unlike buffalo chicken dip. But, it's just like the emotion, the intensity and passion that suddenly developed in your voice and delivery, and you're talking about Roman Reigns. Just putting that out there.
Oh, is that how it's gonna be?
Oh, that's how it's gonna be.
We're gonna turn it into that podcast.
It's gonna be what's gonna be.
We're gonna turn into that. We're gonna turn it into the Roast the Boy podcast. All right, fine.
The only real place to go with this gimmick is a face. With Rollins' gimmick as a face, his personality is.
Yep, and I thought it was a bad call back when they did it.
So they don't go there, and he's sort of stuck in this weird middle ground where he doesn't.
Like he can't quite be counterculture, but he needs to be something other than Dean Ambrose again.
Who, by the way, is just great at his job.
And yet Dean Ambrose
Gonna go out there, you're gonna
is a fart in the wind.
Is delightfully referred to by the internet wrestling community as the Deanetti of the Shield. And it's not inaccurate. I love Dean. Hardest working dude in the company, wrestles the most matches. But in this particular situation, he's the Deanetti.
You people who didn't mind Triple H's reign of terror in the mid-2000s. I like the guy's talent.
We've discovered since then, because I guess I largely missed it.
One of the best ring psychologists in business.
The best part of that was when Stephanie and Kurt Angle seemed like they were gonna hook up, and Triple H was like, "I'm mad." You sad, buddy?
No, my voice is giving me a headache.
Oh, is that the kind of podcast it's gonna be? It's gonna be a Rag on the Boy podcast.
Hey, man, you set the tone. I'm just matching it. I genuinely am getting a migraine.
We still have 45 minutes of this shit.
Oh.
Well,
So if we tap out, does that mean we get a win because we made ourselves give up, or we lose because...
We made a very bad podcast.
And I don't think we intended this podcast to be beige, but I guess... But that's what I'm doing right now. I'm experiencing me some beige.
I kind of have a headache too, actually. I think it's the audio quality, not so much just your voice.
For real, though, how did you people listen to this? I've been listening to it for 30 minutes-ish, and, like, it was supposed to be all fun. We'll joke about how bad we were. I'm genuinely sort of depressed, and I have a headache now. This is really unpleasant.
So here's the deal. Here's something I know about analytics, and if you guys are still listening, you pay attention right now. Let's make this man stop talking.
Thank
What
fuck.
I know about analytics from back when I could see them all is y'all are already gone. Y'all motherfuckers already left. And that's okay. That's okay. I am not going to judge you for it. If you are still here, I want you to... What is it the PokeTubers say? Oh, no, you hate that phrase. I ain't going to do that to you.
No, dude, I'm already... Like, I genuinely have a humongous migraine. Do you think?
Just hit the like button. All right, do that. Share the podcast with your friends, as always. And post in the comments, Chattanooga. Just Chattanooga. That will be how we know you guys are the super secret special Two Nerds podcast fans who actually watched to this part where we gave the fuck up.
I didn't, like, I normally don't like giving up on stuff like this because, like, no, it wasn't, I'm sure it wasn't the worst thing ever, but Jesus Christ, I have a humongous migraine. How did you, listener, I have such newfound respect for you for listening to that for an hour, any of you that did. Oh my God, my head is fucking killing me.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. Make sure people are confused and such. I have fast forwarded. We got about 2 minutes left. All right?
One thing, listener, this was my idea. I apologize.
There's
Christ.
I think, dude, if you were listening to, let's say, Kevin Smith podcast, where he went back and listened to his first podcast.
Where do you think I stole the idea from?
Oh, well, then. I mean, if he had to give up partway through, would that not be hilarious?
I'm apologizing because they had to listen to it again. Fuck me, man.
All right. Kevin Smith is a stronger man than I guess. The power of weed probably helps him out. I don't
He doesn't have to listen to my voice, okay? It's not that. He's got a nice, deep sort of...
But who else was on the podcast?
Scott Mosier, who also has a deep... they were more boring than us. All right, full stop. I love Kevin Smith. His first podcast, way shittier than our first podcast,
All right.
okay?
Yeah, fist pound.
At least we beat him.
Mediocre job.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to start it back up so that people who skip to the end get confused. All right? And, yeah, this will be fun. So remember, Chattanooga. And that's where I found the crab, in my underpants. I have no idea how it got there.
Oh, that's... You know what? When you said you were going to tell a beach story, I was not expecting that end.
No.
But, I guess maybe I should have. It makes sense, crab at a beach. It's just... Like, in your underpants.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh my god, are we still going?
I think we're talking about a previous pay-per-view when Brock Lesnar beat the streak.
Oh. I mean, okay, sure, whatever. Jesus, we could ramble the fuck on back then, couldn't we?
Couldn't we?
Like the man said.
What am I, JR?
Hey.
If you're still listening at this point, thanks for sticking it out.
Oh, the realness!
Was that a 3-year brick joke by the boy?
Jesus Christ!
Sure you do, buddy.
Well, I did, actually.
That's true.
And if you want to leave a comment, there's a pretty good chance we'll read it.
There is. I have read every comment we've gotten.
Yeah.
I try to like them if I can, and if I don't like them, I'll try to respond to them.
Looking forward to the horror land that is YouTube comments.
We like constructive criticism, though, so if you think there's something we can do better with the show,
Have the boy talk to us.
Them brick jokes keep coming, dog!
I set them up, and then many years later, he knocks them down, son!
Yeah, we know the outro. You're about to hear it again here in a few seconds.
Everything's better when nerds talk about it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it, let's get hard.